Let's bring the October 19th, 2023 meeting to order. Salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Can I have a roll call vote?
Mr.
Attendance, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Mr. Cullen?
Here.
Ms. Curran?
Ms. Curran is excused.
Mr. D'Angelo?
Here.
Mr. Poliafico?
Here.
Mr. Parolo?
Here.
Mr. Smith?
Here.
Mr. Stiltner?
Here.
Ms. Paglione? Here. And Mr. Ciccoletti?
Here. Mr. Solicitor?
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. The executive session started tonight at 6:45. All board members present at this meeting were present at the executive session along with Dr. Davis, Mr. McHugh, and myself. Items related to personnel and confidential informational items were discussed at the executive session, which concluded just before this meeting started. That's my report.
Thank you, Mr. Trulove. Approve the complete agenda.
Mr. President, I motion to reapprove the complete agenda with said addendums or table items.
Thank you, Mr.
Second.
Okay, Mrs. Paglione. All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays? Ayes have it. Student delegates.
Could I introduce
Noel
them?
Santana and Madison Zivanovsky. How would you? Zivanovsky. Okay. Nick is going to.
Yeah, so tonight's our first night of having our student representatives. I chose these two fine ladies. They are great examples of what's going on in our high school and in our community. They're both very well-rounded, very well-spoken. Madison on the left is a junior, and Noel is a senior. Madison, I gave them both a duty. So Madison's going to be reporting on anything that happens in 7th, 8th, and 9th grade, along with what's going on in her individual classes. And then Noel is going to be reporting on 10th, 11th, and 12th grade and whatever else is going on in her classes as we go forward through our school year. So without further ado, Madison, you're up.
Nick.
Madison. Excuse me, Madison. Go up to the podium.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
Okay.
No, it's okay.
There's no mic
And
over there.
Madison, if you both want to go up,
Yeah, both of them.
you
Just
both
over here.
over there, and if you both want to stand, you can.
Do it again.
You gotta go down.
Here you are.
Yes.
Take your time, take your time.
Thank you.
Start it again. Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Madison Jules Ivanovsky. I'm a junior in Bristol High School. I'm part of student council and drama club. I like school in general, specifically English and gym class because those are just my favorites. I aspire to go to performing arts school to become an actress because I like to sing and perform. What I'll be presenting to you today is the Bristol County Community College Middle School Entrepreneur class, which has 20 students in it, has started creating business plans and will present their findings. This is ongoing. On October 17th, the middle school football game won under the lights against Snyder. It was a 6-0 win. Our middle school gives the students will be working with electric circuits, connect kits, and planet exploration. This is also ongoing. There's a Broadway version of the movie Mean Girls for Drama Club, which will take place in December. Lastly, the sign-ups for Drama Club and our after-school program, which is Century 21st, are ongoing. Please see Danny DeLuca at the auditorium after school or Pete DeLuca III at the library after school. That's all I have to say.
Very much. Thank you. Good job.
All right.
Good evening. My name is Noel Santana. I'm a senior at Bristol High School. I participate in many extracurricular activities such as varsity cheerleading, varsity flag football, unified bocce, unified track and field, as well as student council president. I'm also a member of the National Honor Society. My plans after high school include going to a four-year university while I would be majoring in either nursing or pre-med. So what's been going on at the high school includes the following. The homecoming football game was on October 13th. The Warriors won against Mooresville. The score was 41-6. Haley Velasquez and Nuke Beauplan were crowned homecoming queen and king. The blood drive was on October 17th. The goal for donors was 25, but we exceeded that and got 46 viable donors, ultimately saving 138 lives. The homecoming dance was on October 14th. The Philadelphia Mummers and the Philadelphia's mascot, Gritty, as well as 150 students attended. There were cheesecakes and tasty cakes served at the dance. And finally, the anatomy and physiology class will be performing a dissection on a banana this week. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well done.
Okay, up next, we're going to hear a presentation from our instrumental music consultant, Dr. Joseph Downey. Thank you, Dr. Downey. How are you?
I'm well, how are you?
We're all good.
So, I'm glad you limited me to an hour and a half, I appreciate that, all of you. No, I'm only joking. I'm going to rattle this off as fast as I can. I know everybody wants to see that game tonight, and
Thank you, Dr.
I have nothing, these are packets right here of everything that's going on in the music department. You know everything by reading this. I'll just go piece by piece as fast as I can. First of all, the program right now is a complete success the way it's going. I monitor it at least 3 times a week. Probably been here more, been here at nights, band parents meeting, this, that, and everything else. But I'm not doing anything more than the teachers. Your teachers gave me all summer. They came here just to learn my method. And they did that out of the kindness of their heart because they want to improve the situation, which they are. We have Jason Molden at the high school. We have Ms. Smith here. And Melanie Snyder's on board too with vocal. We'll talk about that at another time. If you look over to the left, band parent meeting, you have two. One was the agenda, and that was our agenda that we had cooperatively, and everything's done with a unified force. I want you to know that. Whatever we do, we've done together as a team, and I believe in teams. The second one is the final results of that meeting. This place was packed, just so you know, and that was on Tuesday night. Your parents are very involved. That's first order of business. Second, the musical demonstration. I had professionals come in. Some of you saw that. I don't. Who was here to see that? Mr. Nastasi, and I'm sure he can attest to the quality of what happened. It blew the kids away. They were here all day. They were here in a grade school. They did a complete demonstration, and I'm talking about like one of the leads from Philly Pops and all. These are not. This is not low-hanging fruit. These are the top guys in the area. And the bottom line is they came and they did a bang-up job. It was incredible. And also at the high school with Mr. Nastasi, who witnessed our great day. Kids loved it. And I'll give you the results in a very short time. Your next order of business on the left-hand side is the Bristol High School Band Instrument Inventory, which I went fine-tooth I went over every instrument myself. The only thing that's there is not the percussion, because we have that, but we're gonna add that eventually. And next order of business, we'll be working on sheet music, so you know every stitch of money that you have invested in band, you know exactly where it's at. If anything's missing, if anything needs updating or whatever, now you can justify it and know where we're at. Okay, the next thing is over at the grade school, which is the Snyder Band and Girardi Band. You'll see we have it down to the books. Any student that has a book of ours, they're the books that we own. If the student needs a book, we will lend them the book. They sign out for the book. They sign out for the instruments. You have a complete inventory. And some of that inventory has been done since I started here last year with donations from schools. While I am on TV, and I assume that I am going to make a special request out to the community. I know that, because I used to watch it as a young guy, all the big band coming down the street with the days of Mr. Bachman, and you know, this was an incredible situation here, I understand, at one time. Well, a lot of those instruments that were in school, the tubas, this, that, everything else, where are they? There had to be just, you know, a multitude of instruments. And I'm sure and they were all professionals by then, adults, you know what I mean, came in, did that one parade and all. But if you have an instrument in your closet, if you have an instrument anywhere in your home, I am appealing to you passionately. We need them. And the reason why we need them, Snyder Girardi right now, hold on to your seats, brace yourselves, is teaching over 100 lessons per week. We started with 7 last year. We are now over 100. If you take 5 years of this school district, you know, in the grade schools, which is only 3 grades, and then you have 7 through 12, if the recidivism rate stays at even 75%, you're going to have almost a 100-piece band in a high school someday. That's what I want to see through. That's my dream. And it's clear that the signs are here right now. The young lady we hired is doing a phenomenal job, and kids are loving it, and so is Mr. Molden up in the high school. Everybody's on board. Okay, on the right-hand side, I'll make this real quick. That is the lesson schedules of all teachers. That's everybody they teach. Now, if you look at this 10-16 lesson groups, there's more now that we haven't added. So this is incredible. I mean, just look at it. Just look at this one sheet. You knew it was here at the first concert last year. We had 9 kids play that concert. 9. And this is amazing. It's just, I thank God for it. It's just a beautiful thing that's happening. Anyway, I hope you're pleased. I have nothing but good to say. And I believe I would like to just add this. In the near future, we should be talking about vocal music. You have the theater arts, and I know them down there, and we've talked. And there's nothing better than a good choral program that feeds into theater arts. And we know there's, you know, over the years, it needs some change. So hopefully you'll give me an opportunity to have input on that in the future. But we're seeing this through. I'm working with the teachers. I'm teaching in class with them, you know, and modeling and everything with the Downey system. And we have some in-services, and hopefully the principals, and I've already asked them to work with me, so they can get the next level of the system. But honestly, I have nothing but good to say. And that's not because I'm doing it. I'm just thankful. Honestly, I'm thankful.
Dr. Downey, thank you. This is a very good structured inventory list. You've done something for me, at least for me, and that is that we have a lot of equipment here in the school district. So I'm going to be talking to the board, and I think we need to, in all departments, take an inventory of. I know, but this is, you've done this, and, well, I think that, you know, my eyes opened up tonight. We had no idea what we had, but we also have other departments, tools, equipment. I think we need to have an inventory of you know, what we really have, and, but this is very thorough. It's a very good report. I know that you're very instrumental in contacting the parents and working with the students. And Dr. Davis, you do have a budget, correct? You the music department have a budget?
It's not a set budget. We haven't had a no.
Any request will come to me.
Okay, so the request is that, Dr. Downey, let's clarify your position. No. No. I want to clarify your position. You have a dual role. You're an employee of the district in helping and teaching the students, the faculty and the students, your method, which you've proven works. The second thing is that you're a consultant to the board. You answer to the board when it comes to this program, correct?
Absolutely.
Right, okay, then no disrespect to Dr. Davis or the principals, you answer to the board for that aspect, correct? Yes, okay, so in Dr. Downey's budget, if there's any equipment, you're going to work with the music teachers, all three of you, then?
I'm hoping it could be, like I said, it could be channeled to a point, you know what I mean? Before anything, because we saw that with one issue with an instrument, which I won't, publicly state the high school, which we put a hold on that, because people didn't know its true worth, and it's
Okay.
up. So the bottom line is, I'm not asking you to know all the do-all, but I should be informed and know everything, and give you my opinion before you waste money. That's why I'm here. I'm saving you money by doing all that.
Well, I could see by your inventory list. So from this point on, Dr. Davis will inform that the both band, choral, that you're in charge of the entire music program, okay? Even though you're an employee, you wear two hats. So that your recommendation, because you put this list together, did the music teachers help you?
We're doing it collectively.
Collectively.
It's a team.
Continue to do that, but you will, yes, your expertise in this matter, in the matter of the budget, the instruments, okay, you're all working together with this. So if there needs to be something purchased, you all have to agree on that, and then it has to get submitted to Dr. Davis and, of course, the business manager.
Absolutely. I have another hat that I wear. I'm also a town taxpayer, and I live in this town. So the bottom line is, I don't want to see Bristol Borough wasting one dime. Whatever it is should be put to good use.
No,
And it should be justified.
This is
If
a-
it's not, we're wasting money. We don't.
Well, we're going to depend on you and the board members, if it's okay, I mean, if anybody else has anything else to say, is that you're our consultant. So purchasing equipment, you're going to sit down with the people involved and say, this is what I think we need. Is that okay with the board?
Or they will tell me their needs.
Yes, yes, yeah, but it's, as a group, you're going to do it, and then it's going to be put down on paper, and then you're going to present that to Dr. Davis.
That should be the channel. Yes.
Okay, well, it's clear now, that's the channel. Does anybody have a problem with that? We all okay with that? That's going to be the procedure? And it's no disrespect to anybody, it's that, it's the way it needs to be done. I mean, I'm not talking about anybody, I never had an inventory list. If somebody said, how many instruments do you have? But this opens my eyes as to, there's other aspects in the school district equipment. And I think we need to do that. Thank you. Thank you. And thanks for all that you do. But we got that clarified, okay? And thank you for coming out tonight. And you'll come back in the winter and give us another update. Okay? Keep the good work up, Dr.
I
Downey.
just have one question. So these inventory stuff, is this stuff that the district had, or does this include stuff that the kids bought, or the district
So
bought?
far, most of it, except for some new sheet music, is stuff that we gathered or was donated to us over
Okay.
the last 2 years, like instruments people.
Right.
There are people coming, bringing instruments out of closets.
Yeah.
trying to- So that's saving you money.
Yeah.
3 saxophones, we don't have to worry, that helps kids hear that can't afford a saxophone.
True.
And Dr. Davis has been approving I guess Dr. Davis through the business office has been approving the repairs and all, and that's been saving a lot of money. Don't forget now, we have over 100 lessons per week. That's enough. And in fact, we're making use now of the locker room. We have more.
But I guess my question is that, we have these things that were donated that we had, but you got 100 kids. You're telling me we were able to match everything up. Didn't some of those kids have to go out and get or rent, or did we do that?
No. That's a very good question. A good 90% rent instruments, if not 85%. Where there's a problem or whatever the situation may be, we don't ask questions.
Right.
We try to help the student and
Yeah,
the parent.
that's fine.
And
No.
that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
And try to help our high order, words. We'll make sure no one's refused. No one's refused.
Good.
Good, thank you. Good report. Okay, who's next? Dr. Davis?
Yes, first of all, I'm very happy to see our 2 student delegates. Excellent job, okay? I know you were nervous coming in, but you got through this one, all right? So you definitely, and I know the Board of Education is looking forward to hearing the student voice, okay, as we continue to go through the school year, okay? Keep up the good work. Tomorrow, Friday, October 20th, the Bucks County Superintendent, school administrators, and technology personnel will be involved in an incident training exercise focused on cybersecurity, which is really coming our way at the Bucks County IU. Over the next couple of months, the administration plans to update the Board of Education on curriculum updates and coursework. So now we're at the point of where we're hearing from our students and what is ongoing within the school, because they're our eyes and they're our voice. We want to know what's going on and listen to them and take what they say and make improvements to meet their needs in terms of students. That being said, Mr. President, that's the end of my presentation. Board report.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. Thank you. Okay, so Mrs. Simahowski is excused, and Mr. Nastasi, you're up next.
Thank you. I want to echo what Dr. Davis said. I want to thank Noel and Madison for being here tonight. They walked in and they saw their names on the name tag, and they were, you know, it's pretty important, and they're here for a reason. So we really want to utilize them as our eyes and ears of the internal workings of our school.
That's a credit to Ms. Warner. I want to give her, she jumped right on that.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
And they also wanted some water because they were choking up already. So we took care of that. Madison talked about my first statement. I'll move on. Our PSAT testing, the first time in our school administration, we had a mass state testing digitally. I want to thank Paul Hetherington, Debbie Connor, and Sandy Spencer, and all the teachers and aides who helped run a smooth testing date. First time ever in the history that we went to a mass testing administration through using our Chromebooks. We had 4 small little issues. Mr. Hetherington and John Love jumped all over it. Our testing went beautiful. So a lot of preparation from our guidance department that went into this to save us a ton of time, and we got some pretty good feedback from our students after the test. Talking to Jim Sell, president over at the Bristol campus at Bucks Community College. Once again this year, our guidance department has identified already 23 students who have aspirations of going to Bucks County Community School. We will be sending those students over for our Future Ready Conference that'll take place on 11/17. What happens is our students go over and they'll sit in different classes that they choose. They'll have 3 or 4 different seminars that they could pick with different certificates, different classes, different pathways that they want to meet after attending Bristol High School, and they're all seniors. So I think out of the 79 seniors we have this year, I think we have about over 55 students already identified with some kind of plan once graduation hits. So we are well ahead of the schedule. On 11/2, we will have our College Career Day. We have right now 25 representatives coming to Bristol High School. We have 2 and 4 year colleges attending, technical schools, the military. We have FIA coming, and we have various trade schools. We have, I think we have between 3 and 5 different trades. Almost every trade will be represented during our career day, and that's pretty much almost an all-day affair. All our juniors and seniors will attend throughout the day. That's scheduled through our guidance department. It's a wonderful day. You know, we started when I first got here with about 11 representatives in the library. Now we had to move to the gym. Now we have 25, and it's really the students when they go there, they have tasks they have to complete to get credit for an assignment once they talk to different recruiters or different schools. Next, we're looking into adding a program called COPE, Creating Opportunities for Personal Empowerment, to our middle school students. It's a 7-week program to educate our middle students with positive thinking and anti-bullying strategies. It's a free program that's been offered through the state to us. Mrs. Connor and Mrs. Spencer have made those contacts. We had a Zoom this week about the COPE program. So we will be making a decision next week on how we can further schedule those teachers to come in and educate our middle school students. I want to thank everyone that helped out for a homecoming game or homecoming dance. Our court, Noelle was part of our court. She looked beautiful, so did everybody else on the homecoming court. It was also a night we paid tribute to Gabby Devine. It was a wonderful night. There was a ton of orange in the stadium. Our homecoming court presented sunflowers to Mr. and Mrs. Devine. The sunflower was Gabby's favorite flower, and it was a pretty touching moment seeing the family and our students, have a moment. So it was a wonderful night. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Nastasi. Thank you. Good job. Comprehensive plan, the special education plan, ESSER's Title I, Title II, and Title IV. All submitted, ready? Okay. All right, let's start with the business. Public participation. Anyone from the public?
So do I give my name and address? Betty Ann Rarick, 207 Jefferson Avenue, Bristol, PA. I recently retired from Pennsbury School District, and so now I have some time on my hand, and I was just going into the website to see how Bristol Borough is set up and different things, and I just noticed a few things, so I thought, I'd bring it, maybe to your attention to see if you would be interested in making a change. But I noticed, trying to find the board docs to see what's, up for the meeting, it was very, very hard to find. So I was wondering if there's a way that you could put a tab for school board, and then that way go in through that tab in order to find it.
Hey, you're talking about the website, right?
Yeah, your
BBSD, okay.
Yeah, your website, yeah. It was really hard to find the agenda, because the one tab, the one link that I went into, it was back from 2020. So, then I found the meetings, but just a suggestion. And then I was wondering, are your union contracts posted on the website?
I don't believe so, but if you need copies of them, you can just email me.
Oh, okay. So you can get a copy of that?
Sure.
Okay, because I noticed, even going through, the hires and whatever, you really can't see, a lot of the information unless you have access to the union contract. And then my third question is, I was looking at the bills paid, and I was just wondering, do you pay security, I saw security salary, do you pay that through accounts payable, or is that a payroll?
It was through payroll, but we also receive a grant that's paid through accounts
Okay.
payable.
Okay, so the person that receives it gets paid through payroll, but it's
Correct. So
reimbursed through the
we have
grant?
a grant currently going with the Borough Police that gets paid through accounts payable.
Okay, that was it, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else from the public?
Good evening, everyone. Go Phillies. My name's Vanessa Berry. I am one of the board members for the Bucks County Bulldogs, the new hometown recreational football program. So I wanted to pop in. Some of you know me and were here when I had the opportunity to come and speak in front of you before we actually started our program. So I wanted to stop in today and provide you guys with a little bit of an update about how our program is going. We were extremely lucky and were able to raise over $17,000 from our sponsors that we outreached to in order to be able to stand this program up. So huge thank you out to the community and to those sponsors. We have 22 kids in our program, our single team program this year, and hopeful on a larger expansion next year and offering this to a larger age group. Our kids are between the ages of 8 and 10 on our team right now, and they're doing great. They're forming a wonderful camaraderie with each other. So although our record only reflects one win and 3 losses, we are a growing program, so we're extremely proud of them. This is a big week for our organization, and it started with the installation of the lights over at the practice field. So we really just wanted to express our genuine gratitude to the school board, to the council, to Bristol Borough Rec, to the entire team of supporters that are really doing everything that they can to help us succeed. So thank you kindly. Our kids are able to practice, a full practice, when it's getting dark out very early these days. It's just been incredible, the amount of support that we've got. So we wanted to say thank you for that. This week on Monday, we worked with Mike Poplawski and Coach Mike of the Warriors and arranged to have our kids practice with some of the high school players. There was a large group of the high school players that came out to run a practice with us, and it was amazing to see them working together. In essence, our goal is to make our program a feeder program for the high school team, so it was nice to see them mentor and stepping up. We were able to host our first scrimmage game under the lights, so we played against the Lower Bucks Outlaws here on Tuesday night. So it was a really nice experience for them, and we got to utilize those lights in more of a competition format. On Friday, the Warriors have invited the Bulldogs to come and participate in their pre-game locker room experience, as I'm kind of calling it. So we're invited into the locker room with the team prior to the game. The kids were invited to participate in their pregame workout and then attend the game for free on Friday night. So super excited that we're having the opportunity to work really closely together. And our team of coaches and Coach Mike at the Warriors, we have a lot of plans and conversations about clinics going forward and how we can collaborate our kids and work together. And Saturday, we have our inaugural homecoming game here at the high school field. So this will be our first homecoming game for the Bulldogs. Super excited about that. Would love to invite the community members and all of you folks out to see our kids play. The game starts at 2:30. There's going to be concessions and 50-50 and a fog machine. And, we're trying to really, build this up for those kids. So appreciate the use of the high school fields. And Mike Poplawski has been, pivotal in helping us really kind of arrange any of the home games that we've had. Next Wednesday, we are partnering with Eatery Wood-Fired to do a fundraising dinner. So we will have some raffle baskets and things of that nature, but they were agreeable to support our program by offering a 10% donation off of food sales that night from 4 to 10 p.m. So 10% of those proceeds will come back to our program so we can continue to grow it. So those are the updates. I mean, there's a lot more that I could certainly share because there's a lot more going on the day-to-day, but really just wanted to come out and formally say thank you for everything that you guys have done, council, rec, and then open it up to the floor for any questions.
If you want to send me the information for the game, email it to me.
Yeah.
I can email it to all the students and put it in the Google Classrooms.
That would be fantastic. We currently do have it posted. We did post it on a number of the local Facebook pages, including our own Facebook page. So it's on there along with the Eatery fundraiser on Wednesday. So that's on Facebook as well.
How many borough kids do you have?
About 50% is our borough kids. So
And you have a total of 22?
we have a total of 22. I'm going to say about 50%. We didn't have as many kids come out to sign up as we would have anticipated. So in order to field this team, we needed to be able to accept children from, a lot of them actually are right touching the outskirts of the borough. So a lot of them are in the township or in Levittown, just next door to us. Go ahead.
Do you think it has to do with soccer maybe going on too now, or, do you, no interest, a lack of interest, I should say?
Well, I think there's a couple of things. We're a brand new program, right? So I think next year we're going to grow. We had a number of younger kids sign up, but not enough to field a younger team. And we wanted to be really mindful of not including children that were too young into a group of a lot larger children. So we decided to scale it back and just, one program in. We have partnered and talked to a lot of the coaches in the neighboring programs, including Ben Salem and the Outlaws, where they've got overflows of kids. They're huge programs. In some cases, they have 2 teams in our division. So we will expand. Yeah, we will expand and we will grow, and hopefully year over year we get much more interest.
What would be the younger age?
The younger age would have been a 7 and under team, an 8 and under team, or a 7 and under team, depending on how many kids that we got registered. But I think where our sweet spot is going to be is that 7 to 12-year-old age going forward. We don't want to really exceed beyond 12, and we just think that 7 to 12 age range is where we'd like to live.
Good job.
Thank you. That was a good report. I wasn't aware of all that was going on, and I know that me and Mr. Parolo have volunteered to call a football game up in the booth.
Yay.
And we're in the process.
He's giving you this.
I don't know. Good.
You gotta first get them up in the booth.
We're going to announce the game.
Kidding me?
And it'll probably be in a few weeks. We're trying to have that arranged. There's
Yeah.
one small problem. The hatch to get in up to the booth is small, and me and Mr. Parolo can't fit through there, and they're enlarged.
Well, we
No,
appreciate that.
That was a joke.
We would love
but
it.
We're in contact with them, and we'll try and make that a good experience for them that, we'll announce that game and.
Yeah, we know the weekends can be challenging, for folks to be willing to do the announcing. We would have loved to have somebody be able to do it for homecoming weekend, but I know Mike Slepkowski, he's going to be running the scoreboard, help us with like the national anthem and things of that nature. We're going to do some sponsorship announcements and.
And we'll sit down with you prior to that so that if there's any, anything you want, to be announced, fine. But that equipment up there is very expensive. So we'll have Mr. Poplawski there, to help us. But, in the future, if we could have a couple of the games announced, try and help you build the program.
That would be
great.
fantastic. Again, we appreciate the support, guys, so thank you so much for the time.
Great job. Thank you.
Great work, thank you. Anyone else from the public? Okay, that ends public participation. Routine monthly business.
Okay. Item 6. Mr. President, I motion to approve the minutes of September 21 and October 5th, 2023. I also motion to approve the list of bills for October 2023 and approve the treasurer's report for September of 2023.
Second.
Second by Mrs. Paglione. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays, abstentions, motion carries. New business.
Mr. President, under item 7, new business, I motion to adopt the attached policy 907, school visitors.
Okay, and that's attached, okay. Second by Mr. Paglione. Any questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays, abstention, motion carries.
Mr. President,
Personnel.
under personnel, I motion to accept the resignation of James Denny, security, effective immediately.
Second.
Seconded by Mrs. Paglione. All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays, abstention, motion carries. Item B.
Mr. President, I motion to approve to hire Gina Palmer as a district substitute nurse at a rate of $30 per hour, no benefits, effective immediately.
Second.
Mrs. Paglione, second. Questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays, abstention, motion carries.
Okay, item C. Mr. President, I motion to approve to hire Candace Stanton as a long-term substitute teacher at a rate of master's step 1, no benefits, from October 20th to February 1st, 2023.
Second.
Oh, excuse me, 2024, you're right.
Okay.
You're going back in time.
Questions? I have a question, Dr. Davis. Maybe I'm forgetting, but long-term substitutes, are they brought in at the first step? Is that what we've done?
Maternity leave?
Yeah.
No, I mean, we've done that previously, that's the step that we bring them in on?
Yep.
Okay, yeah, all right, I may have forgotten that. Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Nays, abstention, motion carries.
Item D, Mr. President, I motion to approve to advertise for an assistant elementary principal, 11-month position.
Second.
Second by Mrs. Paglen. Any questions? Okay, the only thing if an issue of, it doesn't state a salary or anything like that, so let's just accept letters of interest. It could be, you could be negotiable, but we'll talk about that at our next meeting, what the range is going to be, so that I'm sure is going to be a question. So we'll set that at the next meeting. Okay, so all those in favor?
Aye.
Nays, abstention, motion carries. Information and discussion. Next board meeting is November 2nd, 2023. We'll go around the horn here. Mr. Smith.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the two student delegates, Madison and Noel. You did a great job tonight. Coming out in front of the adults and speaking in front of you, you did a great job. I'd like to, Nick, Nastasi, thank you for your update. And Dr. Davis, you as well. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Smith. Mr. Cullen.
Yes, I also like to welcome the two student delegates, too. And also, I attended the homecoming game against Bristol, Marshall, and I haven't seen a crowd that big at our school in years. I was actually doing the change, and I think at halftime, everybody wasn't even in yet. They had a line going around the field to get in the game. It was well attended. Like I said, I worked the change on the other side, and I just want to say that Marshall's players were very, it was very nice sideline to work. I've been doing it for years, and they were well behaved over there, and everybody. It was a great game. I just thought it was super well attended, and I hope the next game's like that also. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Would you consider, when we announce that game, working the chains for us if we need a volunteer? Seriously. I mean, if we need help on the field. Now, I don't know but if we need help, I'll ask them.
Yeah, we have a crew. We have
You have a crew?
We have a crew that volunteers for the high school.
Yeah, I know you're all volunteer. Okay, all right, thank you.
Usually off by a yard or two, but they're okay.
Steve Maloney's been volunteering a long time.
I know.
Mr. Parolo.
Well, I just want to say you girls did a wonderful job. It's not easy getting up there and speaking. And Dr. Downing, you got this program rolling. So, I mean, it might be a good idea to actually go to a council meeting because a lot of people watch them. We don't get the thing, and because there's probably a lot of people that do play instruments and haven't used them. I have a couple of people come in my shop from the bracket cadets, so when the guy comes in, I could ask him, if they have anything, or we could put it on the sign at the firehouse next to Wawa. Maybe we could ask them. They don't charge that much, so we'll foot the bill for it. It really isn't that expensive. And then maybe we can get, and as far as calling the game, I'll be calling the game. He'll be my assistant.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't going to, I'm going to be your spotter.
Yeah.
I'll be the spotter.
I'll be the spotter.
We agree. We're going to do that, though.
Yeah, I would do, yeah, if they're at 2:30 on Saturdays, I'll call them every week. Doesn't matter.
Okay. Mrs. Paglia. Thank you, Mr. Pearl.
Yes, Mr. Downey, thank you for your enthusiasm and your interest in beginning our music program and overseeing our program along with our music teachers. So thank you very much. And I'm very happy to see our student delegates back at our board meetings. Welcome, and thank you for coming.
Thank you. Mr. Poliafico.
Welcome to the student delegates. Excellent job. Relax. You're going to be fine. Dr. Downey, I hope if our kids have as much enthusiasm as you, I think we're going to be just fine. And thank you. That's it.
Thank you, Mr. Poliafico. Mr. Stiltner.
Just welcome Noel and Madison. You guys did a great job. And thanks to the audience for coming, showing up. Sometimes there's empty seats, and it's kind of, I don't want to say discouraging, but it's good that people come in and talk to us. That's all I have to say.
Thank you, Mr. Stiltner. Dr. Davis?
Again, I'd just like to reiterate, I'm so happy for our student delegates here tonight. We definitely want to hear, and I know this board want to hear from the students. That's a guarantee, okay? Also like to thank the attendance at the homecoming game was packed, but Mr. Hazy and I, we got a problem because we're on the field coaching. We tend to forget where we're at, okay? So we also take pride in the way but my point is the way our students, athletes conducted themselves throughout the game, and the way our fans conducted themselves during the game, from the beginning to the end. We had no issues or problems. That's a credit to the high school administration and a credit to our security staff, teachers, as well as our students. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Davis. Mr. Trullo?
Dr. Downey, I have a 56-year-old con student trombone I would like to donate to the cause. Yeah, still is. It probably needs some work, but. I think it's a tube, yeah. Made in Elkhart, Indiana, as you know.
Thank you, Mr. Trullo. Mr. DeAngelis?
Ladies, thanks for coming. And Dr. Downey, did I hear you say that you're looking for a vocalization program? I believe...
I put the birdie in the ear today that instrumental music is important.
Well, what I'm saying is, Madison, there you go. She's a singer. Yeah. So get her. She's only a junior.
They probably know exactly what we're talking about, correct?
Yeah.
It really is.
Right, and I know Noel, you're in the play, right? So maybe you guys can work with him to kind of go recruit some kids to start a new program. But thank you guys for coming. The only thing I did want to say too is that, like lately, the past couple of days, and Mr. Pops and Mr. Mastasi are always putting stuff. I know not everybody's on Facebook. I'm kind of older, so I'm on Facebook, but putting out what games, schedules, where they had field trips. I actually saw Maribel Long put out a nice thing about all the food that we serve. And so all I say to you, and all you board members too, when you get those, forward it on. If you get it, share it. It'll put that into kind of like a really good network. And I would hope that you two ladies would kind of help push those things. Because I've seen you on a couple of them, right, when you played on the bocce team. So let's, good things that you're doing. You can put that out, and there's a lot of people that are homebound, that moved away, that are still in the network, that they love it, and so please put out all these good things that are happening, okay? And that's it.
Thank you, Mr. D'Angelo. Noel and Madison, welcome. I think next meeting, we're going to have you up here. It's a little easier, then we can give you a microphone, okay? I'm not meaning to scare you, but at least you'll be visible up here, okay? Thank you for your reports. Keep the good work up. What I wanted to talk about is that in public participation, we had some recommendations. So let's see that those issues are addressed. If there's a way to take that and post those things, okay? And I want to thank Mr. Nastasi for his report, and of course Dr. Downey. This music program is a success because of your dedication, and our new music and instrumental teacher and our Mr. Molden. They said that they needed help in the program. We hired a instrumental teacher. You're working with them. Your system, however it is working. So to you, Mr. Molden, and to Sydney, her last name escapes me at this time, Smith, okay, let them know that the board appreciates everything that they're doing. Thank you for this great report and inventory. And we'll be getting back to you probably right after the holidays for another report. But you mentioned something that I want to talk to the board about, and that is that I don't want to give you too much, okay? That down the road, maybe we want to look into the vocal, okay? And from what I understand, and I think the board understands this also, is that you're a doctor of music. So you know about curriculum that would be instrumental, vocal, all of that. So your expertise in order for us to build this program, because I read up on it, and you were the one that had said that music promotes a person's ability to rise, okay, when you play an instrument, whether it be discipline or what is taught in the music program.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, once again, Dr. Downey, it's working with the staff that we have, your expertise in that field, it's growing. When you say we have over 100 participants, I believe there's 1,300 students in the school district, maybe a little bit more. So 8% of our students are participating in some type of a music program, which is great. It's really good. Thank you. Great job. I'm sorry I had to cut you off. I want to stop here because people want to go watch the Phillies game. So could I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion.